Everybody has a thirst. Everybody wants something sweet. Once a week, it'll be time for soda reviews.
Hey guys, welcome to another installment of Soda Reviews. I'm the host of the show. My name's John Wallace, and I would like to point out that we're no longer using the nicknames from last week's episode, mainly because they're trash, and I don't think we need to be poking fun at something we take so seriously. With that being said, my guest today is Glenn Hoke Jones. Glenn Hoke is the
Glad to be here.
Glenn Hoke is the author of the Glenn Hoke Big Coke Book.
That's the Glenn Hoke big old cookbook.
Okay. The focus on tonight's episode is all things Coke. I think we're both really excited to be doing this. I think we both, really like Coke. And, I was wondering, Glenn, since I know you on a purely professional level, I was wondering if you could describe to us your relationship with Coke, in a more sentimental way.
Well, that depends on what you mean by Coke. That depends on what you mean by sentimentality. I don't know why you'd ask me that question. That's really personal. So.
And his name is Glenn Hoke, not Glenn Coke, like the Koch brothers.
I don't know why you'd bring that up. I don't know why you'd say that. Anyway.
Well, I love Coke. I've been drinking it for years. My doctor actually told me that the amount of Cokes I drink is a death sentence. We'll see you as the last word on that one.
Probably the doctor.
Okay.
Just saying.
Why don't you walk us through with what you're going to be doing on the next segment?
Yeah. We will be looking at the Coke website, which I think we can both agree we have a lot to say about, and then we will be looking at the recent Coca-Cola Super Bowl commercial from 2013.
And that's titled Big Game. Roll a clip.
We don't have one.
No clip.
You don't have a clip?
Sorry.
Okay, well that's
really unprofessional.
Let's take our exclusive soda reviews look at the Coca-Cola website, www.coke.com.
Featuring Glenn Hoke. I'm here.
Okay. Alright, well let's take our exclusive soda reviews look at the Coca-Cola website.
No, John. Like any normal Coke fan, I spend a lot of time checking out the Coke website, looking at it, like figuring out how they're changing it, like seeing if the changes are good or bad. Usually they're good. Right now we're looking at the 2011 copyright version of Coca-Cola website. You might notice that it's 2014. It has been updated in 3 years. For most websites, that's deaf. That's it. For most websites, not Coca-Cola. Personally, 2011, I don't think it gets any better than this. I mean, you've got everything you need. It's like sleek, I think it looks really nice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it could get any better. I agree with you. You know, it has the classic Coca-Cola
So classic.
red and white look,
White and blue, man.
but along with, you know, the feel of a slick, modern, 21st century webpage.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this and it just screams modern. I mean, they've got the classic Coca-Cola logo in the top left-hand corner, but like, and they have it a couple other places, but look at the rest of it. There's like little boxes open everywhere. They have a YouTube link directly on the front page. They have this little thing. You go over here and you click that, and it takes you to another thing. I don't know what that says, but I'm sure it's something awesome.
Yeah.
It's just really impressive. I mean, look at that. It has animation. It has
wow.
little animations.
That was beautiful.
How'd they get those pieces of confetti in there? Up here in the top, you have two tabs. We've got Coke in the USA. You click that, you see all these different options. Like, you get to see the history of the Coca-Cola company. You probably get to learn about the Koch brothers.
Wow.
Careers. If I didn't have this great job writing about Coke, I would definitely work for Coke. Product information. That's really important these days.
Mhm.
Everyone wants to know what's in your Coke. What kind of sugars are in there. People are obsessed with it, you know?
You know, I've said this once, and I'll say it again. Artificial ingredients are, in fact, good ingredients.
Next, we have Coca-Cola Conversations. We love to talk about Coke. That's why we're here. I'm sure my Coke is a lot like MySpace. I'd be very interested in seeing that. I don't like Facebook at all. Coca-Cola Zero. I'm not exactly sure what that one is.
You know, not to spoil anything,
Like a futuristic kind of.
I think you might be in for a surprise later in the episode.
I don't like surprises. Anyway, okay, Diet Coke. Anyways, World of Coca-Cola. I would love to, like, talking to you is cool. I would love to talk to people around the world about Coke, and I think this would probably provide an excellent opportunity. Open Happiness. Let's click on that one and see what happens. I've never touched it, so. What is happiness? Look at the tough questions that Coke is asking. You got pictures of Aristotle, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Gandhi.
Yeah, Jinx. You owe me a Coke.
Okay, lastly we have Coca-Cola store. What's in store for the Coca-Cola store?
I'm dying to know.
I'm not sure what that is, but it looks awesome. One thing that bothers me about this site, this space here, it's empty. I love these tabs over here. I think everything is so well laid out. But I just don't get this space. I don't get it. It's blank. There's nothing there. Why not put
No, you're wrong.
another? You could totally put something else
Yeah.
there. Move it.
Listen, I drink Coke every day, and this company means a lot to me. And, you know, any decision on their website is a decision I'm going to stand by.
Okay. I think we can move on to
Oh, yeah, it's right there, the big game.
Coca-Cola Freestyle.
Let's take a look. Oh, I think it's time we take a look at the 2014 Coca-Cola Super Bowl commercial. Well, first of all, that wasn't the first time I've seen that commercial. Probably seen it, 20 times. I think it's great. I love Coke. I love America. And I love music. So this commercial really speaks to me. Your thoughts?
I think it's a commercial, so I think it speaks for itself.
Okay. Well, with that being said, I think it's time to get to the most important part of the show, where we actually get to try Coke. So what did you bring today?
You've had Diet Coke before?
1 or 2 times.
Well, it's pretty good. First, I'd like to take a look at this can. It's a can, so it's shiny. They've modified the logo, the traditional Coke logo. You'll notice it's not Diet Coca-Cola, it's Diet Coke. It's Diet Coke only. The name is located on several points of the can. I've never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it.
Well, I think we should give it a try. about 3 or 4 sips in here.
As I said before, I'm not a huge fan of Diet Coke, so I'm gonna have 1 sip.
It is sort of a bland drink, and I think that's because it doesn't have any sugar. But because it's Coke, it is crisp. The carbonation is great. You know, the color is great. You know, it's not like one of those like clear sodas or orange sodas or purple sodas. It's, you know, it's
classic.
the classic cola color, and I really like that about it. So I'm gonna say that I give this a favorable review. I would recommend it. It's not an everyday kind of drink like Coke, you know.
This is an aged Diet Coke. You know, Coke gets better with age, just like a fine wine. But it didn't do it for me. 1 sip was enough. You mentioned that it tasted non-sugary. That's why I drink Coke. I drink Coke for the sugar, and this defeats the purpose of Coke. It doesn't taste like Coke. I could live forever without having to drink another sip of Diet Coke. I never wanted to taste it again in here.
No, I disagree. By definition, Diet Coke is an extension of Coca-Cola. This is Coca-Cola without the sweetness. And let me tell you, there are so many things that you get out of Coke other than the sweetness. Like I said before, the carbonation, phenomenal. Everything about it, it's crisp. It's everything you want in a soft drink without the sugar. Now, I will say this, I would never take the sip I'm about to take right now if there was a glass of Coke right here. Well, thank you for bringing this on the show, by the way. I will say this, you know this is a 5-star review. Everybody watching this knows that. We're just doing this for fun.
It's the perfect drink.
It is.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Once again, I'm going to give the standard soda review 3 to 4 sips.
Look at that. I might go 3 to 4 sips as well this time. What can you even say about something that's perfect? It's Coke. It's Coca-Cola. This isn't Diet Coke. This is everything that Diet Coke isn't.
Well, it's a masterwork of a drink, and I think I'm going to have another 3 to 4 sips.
Every time I drink Coke, I feel like I understand something I didn't understand before. It's like a whisper, like a secret, you know?
I don't know if I agree with that. I think you're just being wordy.
I just did write a book about Coke.
Anyway, I actually brought my own Coke product in for tonight's episode, and it is Coke Zero. Now,
Can I look at this?
wait, no, just go here. Coke Zero is a product introduced by Coke to sort of combat the debate that we were just having over, oh, is Diet Coke, you know, actually, does it taste good? Is the crispness enough?
Doesn't
Coke Zero is an attempt by Coke to say, this doesn't have the calories of Coke, but it has the same taste. So, in a way, it's kind of a drink for health nuts. I've never actually tried it, but I think I'll give it a try tonight. The bottle's pretty cool, red on black. This is actually a Final Four basketball edition. I might be able to win a cool prize. There is a bug going around, so the Coke Zero is just for me tonight. I am not going to share with Glenn. Once again, I'm going to give it the standard 3 to 4 sips. This is sort of a diet drink, in a way. Like I said, it's for health nuts. And it kind of tastes as if you mixed half Coke and half Diet Coke. And it kind of tastes awful, but given the fact that it is half Coke, and half a Coke is worthy of my highest praise, and I'm going to give this 5 stars. Your thoughts, Glenn?
I'm sure it's good. You made a good point about the being half Coke thing. That was good.
Well, thanks guys for watching. I think that's about all we have tonight. I recommend you try all these products. Watch the Super Bowl ad. Check out the Coke website. It's all really cool stuff. Signing off, Glenn Hogue Jones. I'm John Wallace. Thanks.
Everybody has a thirst. Everybody wants